felt like a extended Black Mirror episode, which is not a bad thing. Welcome to Cine here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray, and today I am reviewing M3GAN, directed by Gerard Johnstone, starring Allison Williams and Violet McGrath. This film is about Gamma, who is a robotics toy maker who made a lifelike AI programmed doll by the name of M3GAN, who takes childcare in her own hands. Anytime you're dealing with dolls, anytime you're dealing with dolls and horror films, Chucky is the guy in those films. He's bigger than any other doll-like scary movie entity. Chucky is the one. So everybody's going to always compare films like this and other doll-like horror films to Chucky, which they should, because he is the OG. But M3GAN does try to separate herself because she adds a lot of the new, the millennial tech into her ways of dealing horror out. And I love it. I love when you get to give me this Black Mirror-esque story. And that's how this felt. This felt like a extended Black Mirror episode, which is not a bad thing, because if anybody knows about Black Mirror, the television show on Netflix, it is amazing. So if you have any remnants of that, you're in a good space. And I feel like that this has remnants of one of those episodes. And this film was a lot more introspective than I thought it would have been for a horror film. It actually kind of makes us look at ourselves as parents, who are those who are parents, and how we let technology, quote unquote, raise our kids nowadays. And I just felt like I liked that was more of an undertone of this film, and it still kept the same horror elements and scary parts that you would have liked to see in a film like this. I don't know what it is about dolls, but they can be creepy. And M3GAN did a good job of playing up on all of the doll tropes. I would have liked to have seen more killing or more horror, I should say, in this film. I didn't get a lot of it. I would have wanted a little bit more, but they did a good job in the horror that they did have. I can say that. It wasn't that it was bad. I just wanted more of it, and I didn't get enough of it. I think that Gerard Johnstone also did a good job directing. I'm not saying that this is a masterpiece. I'm not saying that this is one of the greatest horror movies I've ever seen. It's not like that. But I do think he layered the movie well in the fact that the robot analyzed her situation and, in my opinion, made logical and rational decisions based on her programming that they set up. I think anytime that you make a film, especially if you're writing one, that you want to make it make sense. Even in a world or a setting that is not the most realistic, I still think that you should have some sort of resemblance of something that actually makes sense and cohesive. And this story was cohesive. The robot, M3GAN, made decisions that most robots would make with the programming that was allowed to it. Let me give a little praise, not a lot, and nobody blew me away, but a little praise to Violet McGrath. I think she did also a good job of playing a child. I know that sounds crazy. What do you mean playing a child? But I find in so many movies, kids always seem more like adults than the kids. And also, child actors seem to over-dramatize being a child, and sometimes that can get in the way of putting on a good performance. Sometimes it's good just to act like a kid. I know that sounds crazy, but you will get what I'm saying when you watch this movie and compare it to other movies portraying children, especially in horror films. Allison Williams, who is most probably known for roles in Get Out, did a good job as well in this film, playing a woman that is overworked and have the responsibility of raising her niece. She did a good job in that role, and I have to give praise when praise is due. M3GAN is nothing new to the horror genre, especially with dealing with AI and dolls. But I can say that it is a decent start to the year, and I would not mind seeing a sequel to this movie if done correctly. In the end, I probably will have to give this film a 6.9 out of 10. I do believe that this film is worth watching if you like horror movies or you enjoy horror movies dealing with dolls. I don't think it's something that you need to watch if you wanted to take a week off. This is a week that you could take off. This is definitely something that is worth watching when put on a platform to be able to be streamed, because I do think that this movie is something to watch. I just don't think it might not be theater worthy, I should say, at least for some. If you enjoy my review, make sure you either follow or like it, and make sure you let me know about how you feel about this film, if you want to watch it, or if you like films similar to this one. And don't forget, you seen it here.